What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome to the mod spotlight for Roadblocks. Now, Roadblocks is made by the same group of people that made Soul Shards the old ways, and at the time of that spotlight, they didn't have a team name, but now they do. They're called Team Whammich. I know, it's a little bit funky, but it's kind of cool at the same time. So that's a thing. But they have a Twitter and an IRC, both of which will be down in the description. So go check them out, because I know they have a lot of ideas rolling around in their brains, and I'm really interested to see which ones turn into actual mods, because they're pretty good at this kind of thing. But let's take a look at this mod, shall we? So the first thing is that I'm sure you've already realized that there is actually a road by MFR. And this road, you know, it is kind of cool. I'm not going to bash any mod creators. All of you probably already know that MFR is a great mod. It has a lot of different things, and the road is just one of those little things in this mod. But it's a little bit glitchy. It's not the best kind. Look, ugh. Whoa. I mean, there's only so many things you can do with a design like this. It seems to work only in certain places and in certain, I don't know, it's weird. Like, if I run this way, I'll actually... Are you going to make me run? There you go. And then I'll stop. I don't know why, but you do. And it's a thing. I don't know. It's weird. But we're not worried about that so much. We're going to worry about these guys. Now, as you've already noticed, they have the same textures as some vanilla blocks, which is really cool. I mean, they even have the log, for crying out loud. The birchwood log. So, what do these things do? Now, the first thing to know is that the speed is actually completely configurable. You can go all the way from 0, which is what it's at now, all the way to 9. Look at this speed. Look at this. Now, there's something else. You notice, or you remember this, right? How it's kind of glitchy and stopped every now and then? This one, completely smooth. Look at this. I'm going back and forth across multiple blocks, multiple lanes. I'm doing all kinds of things, and it's working marvelously. Marvelously? Is that a word? I don't know. If it isn't, I just made it up and it's perfect. So, that's one issue. You see how the speed goes away when you jump? I don't know if that happens here. Yeah, it still does. It still goes away there. I'm not sure how they make their blocks. But you see, MFR, very, very successful mod, has the same issue. So, well, maybe not so much. Maybe a little bit. Anyway, so fast. But, I mean, that's one thing that I would like to see changed. And they may very well be working on something to help that situation. I'm not sure. But, you see, it is... But, other than that, I mean, you can configure the speed to your liking. Now, just imagine for a second, alright? Just imagine a huge city. I know there's a lot of builders out there that love to build the really big things. Now make all of your roads out of this. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I mean, going this fast, even without anything else on. Now we're going to check something else out, because I have some things in my inventory that I really want to play with. First of all, you have the bound boats. So we have the regular speed. Oh man, I feel like I'm crawling. Alright, put these on. Alright, that's a little bit faster. Okay. Alright, can't complain too much. Now let's get this bauble, the Globetrotter sash. Now I have both of these items in my mod saw series. And yeah, a little bit faster than the boots. Now both. This is about how fast I'm running in my mod saw series. And yeah, that's the thing. So, what do you think? Speed 9 plus bound boots with haste on them plus Globetrotter sash. Holy crap. My goodness. It's like so fast. This road is too short to fully test just how fast you're going. I mean, this is crazy. This is madness. Total madness. Anyway, so there's also a few other things you can do with this. For example, the mallets. Now you look down there, it says Roadblocks. Mallet. You have so many different mallets. You even have the Solium mallet. Now this is from, gave myself the Solium mallet. Let's try to hit R on it. There we go. Just Solium ingots, you know. And if you're not familiar with Solium, that is from Soul Shards the old ways. And there might be a few updates in the future. Some ideas rolling around in the brains of this Team Whammich. I don't know. Some really cool things are coming. I'm really excited to see what they are. They got a lot of ideas in their head. They really do. I'm so excited to see what's coming. Anyway, so you know, you have these mallets, but what do? What? Half slab? Perfect. So even if without these things right here, normally you can't really run up. Oh, what? Well, that's interesting. I'm not supposed to be able to walk up one block. That's not supposed to be a thing that can happen. Anyway, you saw me stopping right on the edge before. And, you know, now you can just kind of make some half slabs. And even if it isn't for the extra step up, it makes it look cool. No problem. Let's go. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. All right. All right. Now, as you may have already noticed, you see that the roadblocks are just a little bit shorter than their full block equivalent. And, you know, one of the creators, one person in this team mentioned that it was the soul sand bug. Honestly, it should not be a bug. It should be a feature. I like that. I really do. Now, I suppose certain designs would call for, you know, roadblocks being flush. So that if these two middle rows were roadblocks and you could run along them and you wouldn't have to worry about anything. But honestly, I would prefer it if the roadblocks looked a little bit different. Now, maybe you could do some kind of a config option or something. I don't know. But the mod is still being developed. And there's a couple things they're working on. One of which is the fact that this Roadblocks version that I'm using for this spotlight right now is actually block ID intensive. It uses a lot of block IDs, you know, pretty much, I don't know how many per texture, but each texture you add, I think it's just one per texture. Pretty sure. But you know, that's kind of a lot of block IDs to use, and they're working on a way to at least minimize how many block IDs it uses, but we'll see. Now, another feature is that you see living wood blanks right here. This is not one that was, you know, originally in Roadblocks. Now, if I go to Roadblocks, it is going to be in this list, but this is one that I added to the mod. And it's actually pretty simple to do. You just go right into the configs and add in the block ID for, you know, the block you want a roadblock for. And it's pretty simple. Now, it would be nice if there was a way to just, you know, some kind of like a roadblock frame, and then you take your block and right click. I'm sure that would be easier, but in reality, I mean, it's not all that difficult just to log out. I mean, whenever you use roadblocks, you're going to know what block you want to use for the roadblocks. You're going to know that already because, I mean, hey, oh man, speed is so awesome. So awesome. But it's not that hard just to log out, change the configs, log back in. It's really not difficult. It's not something that you should be a big deal. Anyway, so I added these in here, and if I did what I think I'm going to do, there is a little message on the screen right now telling you how to do it, sort of. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put in that message, but we'll see. Something there should tell you. Anyway, so the basic idea of Roadblocks is that it is a simple mod that makes you move really, really fast on certain blocks. It's awesome. I love it. I love the mod. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. And the speed is configurable. You can add your own block types to it. I mean, it is very, very configurable. And it's amazing. It's so amazing that I think it's better than the Road from MFR, because it just is. Look at this. I mean, smooth everything. There's no problems with it. I mean, I don't see any issues with it at the moment. It's just great. All right. So there's one other thing I do want to mention that I did not mention in the last little clip, and that is, how do you get the block IDs? Well, you see down here, my block ID is actually shown right there in the tooltip. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, that line there that you see there, I'll tell you how to get to that in just a second. But that is the exact line you add underneath that line of code that I put on the screen. That is the exact thing you would put down there, including the Minecraft and the colon. In this case, including, well, you don't need to add roadblocks, but you get the point, including what's before the colon. So how do you get that? Well, if you know about the F3 screen, that tells you all this information. You see that all over the place. Then you may also know about certain other commands you can use in conjunction with this. In the case of A, you can hold down F3 and hit A, and it will reload all of your chunks. You can hold down F3 and hit T to reload your textures, which this takes a bit of time. You can also push F3 and S to reload your sound drivers, which is kind of handy for a few YouTubers that like to switch between headphones when they're recording and actual, a stereo when they're listening to anything else. And that is, in my case, that's what I do. Anyway, you can also hit F3 and H. And what this is going to do, now H is another hotkey, but you see now they're missing. Now I don't have the block IDs. So if you hold F3 and push H, yes, it will use whatever H as your hotkey. It'll bring it up, but it still worked. Don't worry about that. And then you come down here and you will have the block ID that you're looking for. As you see right there, it doesn't seem to affect other mobs. And that is something they are working on. They're trying to make it, they want to make it so that it does affect, all other mobs that are in whatever game version and mod pack you're playing at the moment. But right now, that doesn't work. It only affects the player, which really isn't a huge deal. I mean, the only difference is you're not going to see random mobs, walking across and then speeding up real quick like we do. Woo, jump, jump, jump. Sweet. Anyway, so that's about all I've got time for right now. I'm super zoomed out because I'm on this block. And I go like this. I zoom in and zoom out. Anyway, so if you like this little spotlight, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to check out Team Whammich and the links I mentioned before on their Twitter and the IRC. They are looking for suggestions on soul shards. I believe that's what it is. And there are ways to find it, but that's not what this spotlight is about. So that link will not be in the description. But it is called Soul Shards the Old Way, so go check that out as well. That is the first mod that I did a spotlight on for them. And yeah, they got some great stuff coming. They really do. You guys really got to check them out. These guys are amazing at what they do. They really are. Look, I'm super fast backwards. I'm super fast. Anyway, so thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.